want to make this video about international capitalism and what it's doing or is about to do or has been doing in the last year or so. This is like a trend that many analysts miss. I think there is one, she's pretty smart. Her name is Catherine Austin Fitz. She kind of looks at things not from the viewpoint of somebody who's like stuck inside the United States, but looks at things like as globally, like international capitalism, not what the Americans think that capitalism should be. Capitalism isn't a donkey that just the Yankees can ride this donkey. Okay, it's many companies now, or very large companies, corporations, that they totally don't care what United States is doing or wants to do. In fact, I think that many Chinese and Russian and even European and Asian companies, they're simply looking for more markets, more people who have money. Doesn't matter where this money is coming from. Could be anybody, could be Africans, and they treat the United States simply another market that is causing a lot of trouble, and the people here don't really have money. They're really bankrupt, but they have existing working relationships that they're abusing or they're straining and getting benefits that they're not really entitled to. For example, I read from one analyst that the Chinese are going to continue trade with the United States, even though the real value of the dollar has significantly collapsed or is not really worth very much. But then the cost of producing many of the everyday products is very cheap, so they're gonna like swallow their pride, and they're gonna give the United States or sell them all these products. And I was talking to a Chinese student. He seemed to be like from high echelons of Chinese society, people who are like very wealthy, and they had sent him over here. And he was telling me that, hey, in China itself, in many places, they don't really want or they don't really use these products that we sell to United States. So there is like a special special manufacturing that certain companies have. For example, he was talking about the iPhones or cell phones, and was saying that, the cell phones that we use, or the wealthy or middle class they use, is much more sophisticated and advanced than the cell phones that they manufacture and they sell to foreigners like United States. And those are like lower quality products, but the company has existing relationships, and they don't want to lose them, even though they are making less money. So they're cutting back on the quality of the stuff. So basically, the idea is that this place is becoming like a legacy market that's very troublesome, and the international capitalism has really moved on and looking for markets, looking for customers who don't make so much trouble. They don't start wars. They don't get into trade wars. They pay. Their money is worth something, and For example, I see this reaction also with the Europeans, just the reaction they had towards the sanctions towards Iran, that they don't want to go back and sanction anybody. They want to do business. Well, I was looking at the news, and one Italian, I don't know who he was some kind of lord, was saying that they don't want to sanction the Russians. They don't want the Germans repeatedly come around and say, hey, we don't want to sanction Russians either, or Iranians or anybody. We want to sell our products. We want to do business with many countries. And also, I was seeing many headlines that petro yuan is really taken off, and it's already captured 12% of the market. I don't think the United States can, with threats of warfare or even actual war, or to go and reverse these trends of what's happening. Because trying to reverse these trends is impossible. Many of the foreign countries, either they will not, or they will weasel out of it, or they are heavily armed, like with nukes, and basically the United States will destroy itself or destroy humanity if it wants to win in this kind of reversing the trends. I think that what's really happening is that the international capitalism, which is the real capitalism, is moving on and innovating and selling products, manufacturing new products, and getting rid of customers that are not good customers, and they make problems. I think that if there is a collapse in the value of the dollar, or if the foreigners, they don't accept the dollar anymore, or they become like China, they're selling their trashy products that they don't want, and still accepting the dollar, then the people here, okay, these dollars will come back, and the people that still want those products, say for example, I want to buy shoes, and the shoes I'm getting, the quality deteriorates, or they don't make it anymore the way I want it, then either the government or the companies, they'll be forced to go back to the only suckers that want to work for these dollars and manufacture shoes or everyday products. So what I think will happen, there will be like a collapse, or the international capitalism says, I don't want these dollars anymore. Then the companies will be forced, or they'll make a program, like say there is tax incentive. These companies will come back and will have to hire, the last remaining workforce is willing to work for these dollars, and also willing to buy these products. So it could be a resurgence of manufacturing in the United States, or it could be something positive, but hey, there will be a period of real pain, and there is a lot of technologies that the United States had, like car manufacturing, or manufacturing shoes, or manufacturing PCs, or things that it has forgotten, and it will be kind of forced to go borrow or bring it back from Far East. And I think that the robotics plus automation plus 3D printing, all this technology can really replace this lost manufacturing, or if the Asians, they kick us out of their markets, or if they didn't want us anymore, we could remanufacture or manufacture as better quality the things that we need here internally in the United States. And but there will be a loss of political power, because I think that what's happening is that because the economic basis of the empire has collapsed, the political infrastructures that exist throughout the world hasn't had time to collapse too. It's like you have a building and somebody is demolishing the building, and they put detonators on the bottom floors of the building and detonate the first floors. Okay, so the building will take a little time. Once the charges go off, it will not come down like instantly. It takes like a few seconds for it to come down. So the same goes. The political infrastructures, the trade deals, and the fact that the United States was able to threaten many countries and get them to do things that it wants with trade and with the valuation of the dollar or exchange rate, the fact that it has collapsed, there is a lag time before something else goes off. And I see this with the Europeans, with the Asians, and with the petrodollar. It's not something bad. It's something that needs to happen, and it will benefit the Americans that are that live locally. Thank you very much for being my YouTube channel. Please share and also subscribe and leave your comment. It kind of gives me an idea for future videos. Thank you very much.